The headlines: troops kill 7 bandits, recover weapons in Kaduna State. 4 NSCDC personnel fear dead as pirates hijack boats in rivers. Court of Appeal fixes the date for Kano governorship election hearing. And from the foreign scene, Guinea former coup leader Camara breaks out of prison. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. And the details. The troops of 1 Mechanized Division and Operation Whale Punch of the Nigerian Army have killed 7 bandits during clearance operations in Birnin-Gwari and Chikun local government areas of Kaduna State. In a statement by the Acting Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Musa Yahya, the troops neutralized 4 bandits who had been terrorizing the residents of Kampanundoka village at Birnin-Gwari. During the Operation Whale, 1 AK-47 rifle magazine and 14 motorcycles were recovered from the criminals. In another operation, the troops killed a bandit while they attempted to attack some farmers at Sabansara village, while the rest withdrew in disarray with gunshot wounds. During the operation, the troops recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, while one of the farmers, Abdul Rahman Aliyu, sustained injuries. The army spokesman further disclosed that 2 bandits were killed by troops during a clearance operation around Kankomi, Juji, Gwantu, Kujeni, Kikwari, and Kaso general areas in Chikun local government area. He also disclosed that the troops recovered weapons including an AK-47 rifle and other ammunition from the bandits. The family of Bethel High School student Treasure Ayuba, who was kidnapped along others, about 100 students of the school, have been overwhelmed by joy following the release of their son after over 2 years in captivity. Bandits had in July 2021 invaded the school, abducting over 100 students who were later released, with Treasure being the only student held by the kidnappers. Trust TV's Bello Musa visited the family residence to capture the mood. Take a look.
It was a perfect reunion on a day his parents thought he was never going to come. Treasure Ayuba is home at last. The family can only express gratitude to God for the return of their son after more than 2 years.
So me seeing him yesterday, I couldn't even believe my eyes. Like, I was not even sure if this Treasure that I saw. Because when he came, it was my younger sister that was in the parlor. She knocked. Me, I was inside. Then she was like, I heard her talking to someone, but I don't really know who she was talking to. Then immediately she now shouts my name. And I came out. I saw Treasure. She was like, Treasure, Treasure. When I came out, I saw him. I was like, is this Treasure? Because I saw him, like, he doesn't look like my Treasure that I know. So I was like, Treasure, are you the one? He now said yes. Treasure, the first thing he now asked me, he said, Mommy, how is your leg? Because when they kidnapped him, I had an accident. Like, it was just 3 weeks. So immediately we heard the news. I have to like force myself to walk. And that incident really affected my leg to the extent that if I'm walking, you notice it's like I'm limping.
We as a family, we have had mixed feelings, and it got to a point that we're almost giving up, thinking he's not alive.
Treasure's mother described his escape from the terrorist den as miracle from God.
He was very, very tired. He now told me that he managed to escape. And even when he came out, like, it was early in the morning, like, he tried to like hide from the people because there were people in the bush. He were hearing noise, like, he now hide. Yeah, it was early in the morning. He now came out. He saw those hunters that were going to the bush. They now asked him that, where is he coming from? He explained everything to them. Then they now asked him that, where is this thing? He now said, Refinery Junction. They now said, you don't know where is Refinery Junction. Then the other, like, between them now, they were talking. Then the other, like, they just helped him. They looked for a car that will bring him back to Kaduna. They now told the driver that he should just try and help him so that he'll be able to trace his house. So normally before they kidnap him, I didn't take him to market like this Sabu market. So it was when he got to Sabu market, he now knew that like where he is, the environment he is, he knew that place. That is when he now took Keke down to the house.
Over the years, there have been speculations around Treasure's continued stay in captivity, with many opining that he might have development Stockholm syndrome, a situation where a victim develops sympathy for their kidnapper. His family, while dispelling the speculation, say his return is evidence enough.
In fact, the first day I heard that story, I was shocked. Like, whose child? Like, there is no way a child will tell his parent, no matter how. Like, even if he's not getting what he really wants, like he's not getting what he wants from his parents, there is no child that will say he doesn't want to stay with his parent. Like for once, like even when he was having the opportunity to call us, for a once he has never told any of us that he doesn't want to come back. Instead, the way he will be answering us, you know that someone is standing behind him. He's not even free.
The chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State Chapter, Reverend Joseph Hayab, says Treasure will receive the psychosocial help he needs as part of his rehabilitation process.
2 years, 4 months is not 1 week. People who stay with bandits for just 30 days come and life looks different. Talk of 2 years, 4 months. So our prayer and our hope is we will help in the rehabilitation of the young man. We will, in case they have radicalized him, we will also work on that aspect. We will take every step. We will use experts. We will use our spiritual knowledge. We will use experts in different fields just to help him come out of it and then think about his education.
Treasure is now undergoing medical checkup and treatment in a hospital in Kaduna. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
4 officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps are feared dead following an ambush by gunmen suspected to be sea pirates in Bakana community in Rivers. A resident of the community who spoke anonymously to the news agency of Nigeria in Port Harcourt on Saturday says the incident happened in the early hours of Friday. The residents say that the officers were shot dead on Bakana River in Degema local government area by sea pirates. 2 of the victims, who are Muslims, have already been buried according to Islamic rite, according to the witness. Reacting to the spokesman of the NSCDC in Rivers, DSC Olufemi Ayodele, said who did not confirm nor deny the killing, said the command will issue a statement as more facts unfold. The police command in Rivers say it intercepted about 300 parcel of cannabis sativa, popularly known as Indian hemp, during an operation in Port Harcourt. The Commissioner of Police in Rivers, Nwonyi Emeka, disclosed this to newsmen at a news conference in Port Harcourt on Friday. He said police operatives attached to the command's C-41 intelligence unit intercepted a bus loaded with the banned products after receiving credible information from an informant. Emeka said the suspect is cooperating with the police in its investigation. In a related development, the police boss said police personnel acting on information bust a notorious gang of armed robbers responsible for many robberies in the state. Emeka said the police command is already on the trail of other fleeing members of the gang and assured that the suspects will soon be arrested and prosecuted for their alleged crimes. The Kano Division of Appeal Court sitting in Abuja is set to commence hearing on the appeal of Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of the New Nigeria People's Party and that of the All Progressive Congress Nasir Yusuf Gawuna over the verdict of the Governorship Tribunal. The court has fixed Monday, November 6, 2023, for hearing of the appeal filed by Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf challenging the nullification of his election by the Kano Election Petition Tribunal. The three-man panel of judges led by Justice Oluyemi Akintan Osadebe sacked Governor Yusuf on September 20th by declaring 165,663 numbers of votes invalid due to the non-compliance of the Electoral Act. The parties in the suit include Governor Yusuf and his party, the New Nigeria People's Party, as well as the opposition, All Progressive Congress, and the Independent National Electoral Commission. INEC had declared Yusuf winner of the March 18, 2023 election after he secured 1,019,602 votes against his opponent Nasiru Gawuna, who secured 890,705 votes. With just days to the November election off-cycle governorship elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has restated its readiness for the exercise. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu affirmed the commitment of the Commission at the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security in Bayelsa. Friday, Ebimobowe Peters has the details.
The off-cycle elections are around the corner, and the Independent National Electoral Commission is once again at the center of development. Speaking shortly after the meeting, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, says the election will be an improvement on previous elections as INEC has put measures in place to ensure a seamless exercise.
The readiness assessment visit to our local government office here in Yenagoa, and the meeting we had yesterday with our electoral officers. We had just had a meeting with the security agencies, and they assured us that they are ready to provide the requisite security for the conduct of peaceful elections. Unions provide the transport, both land and in the case of also maritime. So we have the standing arrangement with the National Union of Road Transport Workers, the National Association of Road Transport Owners, and the Marine Workers Union of Nigeria. This time around, the movement is going to begin 2 days to the election, not a day to the election, so that there will be ample time for that movement. And the security agencies are going to help the Commission to keep watch on the transport providers so that we open the polling units promptly and we conclude the process promptly at the polling units before we move to the collation.
Speaking on the security component of the election, the Commissioner of Police CP Tolani Alausa and the Commander Nigerian Navy Ship Soro Komodeye Ojebode gave assurances of support in providing adequate security and logistics for deployment of materials.
And as I go back now, I will make arrangements, adequate arrangement for security for those equipment that will be moved out of Yenagoa. Particularly, we have our own peculiar terrain. We have 80% water, so we are going to concentrate so much on moving materials across the rivers. Because the experience we had the last election, February election, was that materials did not move on time, and election did not start on time in most of the riverine areas.
So we'll start repositioning logistics to all the takeoff points so that we'll have a smooth and hitch-free movement and escort of sensitive materials as well as election personnel. And not only that, adequate arrangements are also in place with in consonance with sister service and sister security agencies to dominate all the flashpoints in the state to create a conducive environment for Bayelsans to come out and exercise their.
Bayelsa is among 3 states scheduled to take part in the November 11 governorship elections alongside Kogi and Imo State. Friday, Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News, Yenagoa.
Amid the public outcry over the 5 billion naira presidential yacht to be procured by the federal government, the Nigerian Navy has confirmed taking delivery of the yacht. The Director of Information, Nigerian Navy, Commodore Adedotun Ayo Vaughn, stated that the yacht had been in the country since June 2023. The Director of Information, while speaking to newsmen, explains that the service made a long overdue request for the replacement of the defunct presidential yacht during the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. He stressed that the yard was for training purposes. Meanwhile, indications have emerged that the payment for the yard may suffer delay given the opposition by the two chambers of the National Assembly as federal lawmakers refuse to approve the payment for the yard, with the House of Representatives reallocating the funds to student loans program. You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, Maiduguri residents lament over unavailability of cash in circulation. These and more after the break. Stay with us.
Are you interested in the latest news and developments in Nigerian politics, policy, governance and other critical national issues? Look no further than Daily Politics on Trust TV. Our panel of experts and key people in government provide in-depth analysis and commentary on the biggest stories in Nigerian politics.
And 33.3 million Nigerians are suffering from multidimensional poverty. It's a much calmer Buhari than the Buhari who was in the khaki uniform.
Naira to Naira X rate is higher anywhere in the world. The Naira is higher than the exchange rate. So you want to choose central bank governor you're doing, you must do it fast.
Number of casualties we have had, we shouldn't have had. Security, as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have wronged.
From the inner workings of government to the latest on legislation, rule of law, implementation and democracy, we have you covered. Don't miss out on the latest political news and discussion. Tune in to Daily Politics, weekdays on Trust TV, your source for reliable and unbiased coverage of Nigerian politics.
Hello and welcome to Creative Lounge on Trust TV. My name is Ahmed Mohammed Bello and I'm going to be taking you through my journey as an artist.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. We brought you troops kill 7 bandits, recover weapons in Kaduna State. And 4 NSCDC personnel feared dead as pirates hijack boats in rivers. Moving on to more stories, Nigeria, the House of Representatives has called for the subsidization of the anti-malaria medications and their unrestricted availability at all government health centers. The chairman, House Committee on HIV/AIDS, Tuberculosis and Malaria Control, Amobi Oga, highlights the urgent need for this action during the inaugural meeting of the committee in Abuja on Thursday. The call, he said, is aimed at combating the widespread issue of limited access to the life-saving medications, often hindered by either exorbitant costs. He pointed out that a vast majority of Nigerians are affected by malaria, yet access to affordable drugs remained elusive.
I am also concerned by the havoc malaria is wreaking on our populace. And we are going to push and advocate that malaria drugs be subsidized, if not made free, at all government health centers. It is no rocket science that most Nigerians are affected by malaria, yet access to drugs are not readily available, while the ones available are very exorbitant.
There is a growing concern among members of the public in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, that cash in circulation is becoming increasingly scarce as residents and business owners complain of lack of access. Although the central bank has assured Nigerians of adequate liquidity, the situation in Maiduguri is reminiscent of the cash crunch in late 2022. Trust TV's Beatrice Kuruti had a situation report. Take a look.
The mild cash crunch in Maiduguri metropolis is causing unease among residents as many fear a repeat of last year's experience when the central bank rolled out its monetary policy. The unusual naira scarcity is unsettling businesses as available cash is running out with demand increasing by the day. Even point-of-sale operators are unable to augment the shortfall of available cash in circulation.
We used to go to local government because local government they are having more cash than us. So we used to go to local government to search for money and come back to it into Maiduguri right now. Like even today, I even went to the one of local government before I get the cash. Based on my perception, I did not hear anything about this scarcity of naira. They only say that it's December, but government has not talked about old note or new note up to now. It's just people that they have started hiding the new note. That's the reason why scarcity here in Maiduguri is too much than any place.
Some residents speak on how the current situation is disrupting their activities on a day-to-day basis.
Because this cash now as I come here now to look for cash, I even asked for 10,000. They even said that I should pay 10,500. I don't know what thing happened. I even tell and say make you collect 10,300. He say collect 10,300. Voila, we are suffering because of this cash.
Like yesterday, I do market like 120,000, but the thing waiting for my pocket is just only 3,000 to buy food for our house. And I don't get cash. The kind of people where I suffer for buying all those cheap and where I will do for my house because all those local people where they are selling something do not want to collect transfer.
We even ask our friends that they are used to work at the bank. They say that the bank people, the problem that they are facing now, CBN they are not giving them cash because they don't know the actual. They didn't talk about the actual time where they will change their money. That old money.
There are fears that the scarcity might be connected to the deadline of the old naira notes issued by the Supreme Court, which would take effect by December. Beatrice Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
The current economic climate in Nigeria is strangulating businesses as cost of production rises amid low patronage occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy. For some small business owners in Asaba, the Delta State capital, the situation has become dire as businesses are forced to close shop due to economic downturn. Take a look.
Before the removal of fuel subsidy in May this year, most small businesses were struggling to stay afloat. But the current economic slowdown has turned the situation from bad to worse as cost of production continues to skyrocket. Inadequate power supply means businesses owners have to power generators with expensive diesel or petrol to run their businesses with little or no profits.
That we can't imagine where we extract this crude oil that produces this fuel in our own land, and we find it difficult to refine in our own country. It's just like producing cassava in one village and grinding it and frying it in another village and bringing it back to the same village where you uprooted this cassava to sell to them. It doesn't make any sense. I think the government should try as much as possible put our refineries in order so that we can refine this fuel and bring down the price of the fuel, because the fuel remains the life wire of the economy of the country, and any slight increase in the price of this product will also affect the living standard of the people and also the economic situation of this country.
Anything small thing, they will say government giving 10% for the civil servant. The business people now, nobody used to give them anything. So government used to look into that side to know what they will do to the business people, to know how they will take compensate them smart.
Some businesses have already shut down. due to unfavorable conditions that militate their operations.
No work, nothing they move. If you go for something, go market, cup of rice now 500, one cup of rice. Nothing they move well. No be transport you go enter, you go say they well. Keke now a drop of 200. How can person go feel live the life for this country?
Although the federal government has announced plans to help medium, small-scale businesses to cushion the effect of subsidy removal, it remains to be seen whether the intervention can resuscitate these small businesses.
From the foreign scene, gunmen have stormed the main prison in the Guinea's capital, Conakry, on Saturday, freeing 2008 coup leader Musa Camara. The center of Guinea's capital city of Conakry was sealed off on Saturday, according to witnesses, as gunfire rang out near the administrative heart of the city. Justice Minister Charles Alphonse Wright told Radio Fame FM several hours after the reported gunfight that others were also able to escape alongside Camara, including military figures Claude Pivi and Blaise Gumo. The duo were also being tried alongside Camara. Now, Guinea is among the 8 Western or Central African countries that have witnessed a military coup in the past 3 years. And finally, in sports, the newly refurbished Lafia City Stadium in the capital of Nasarawa State has been selected to host the opening fixture of the 2023-2024 season. Originally scheduled to be held at the Uyo Township Stadium in Akwa Ibom State, the opening game will now take place in Lafia, the Nasarawa State capital. The leadership of NNL has set Saturday, November 11, 2023 as the new kick-off date for the season. The opening match will feature Nasarawa United and Zamfara United. Nasarawa United and Zamfara United are both in Group C alongside El Kanemi Warriors, Yobe Desert Stars, Mighty Jets, Wiki Tourist of Bauchi, NAF FC of Abuja, ABS of Ilorin, and last year's Super 8 finalist EFCC FC of Abuja. The Chief Operating Officer of NNL, Ayo Abdul Rahman, has restated the importance of fair play and adherence to NNL rules and regulations. And with this, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.